Did you know that the Chicken YouTube channel once was supposed to be a VidMe exclusive? You heard that right. My YouTube channel at first wasn't a YouTube channel at all. Sadly, VidMe does not exist anymore, but it doesn't for a good reason. While the platform was nicely designed and showed a lot of promise, it was unclear how the team behind it intended to make a profit out of their site. Ultimately, with a sudden swarm of German content creators and an incredible influx of viewers, it was followed by the whole platform going under. I have since decided to stick with YouTube to grow my following, and I can't believe that we are sitting at about 1,350 subscribers. So why did I decide to embark on yet another platform? Many content creators back up their content on various different sites like BitChute or the now gone VidMe for archival purposes, especially when regarding the issue of freedom of speech. YouTube and any other social media platform like Twitter or Facebook are in the right when it comes to censorship. The companies in charge can decide who can voice their ideas on their platform. This could be a positive, especially when considering social media which might be directed towards a younger audience, in which moderation would be essential, or to eradicate misinformation. But this system is abused regularly, and any leadership behind a company is composed of people who all have their own biases. I don't have a problem regarding freedom of speech personally. I would consider myself an advocate, but my content is not that controversial for the most part. Mirroring my channel's contents to LBRY has a simple motive. I enjoy using and exploring this platform. You might wonder what LBRY actually is. LBRY is a protocol which contains a blockchain-based naming solution and a BitTorrent-like content distribution system. Then there is LBRY Incorporated, the company that develops the protocol and hosts central servers to enable anyone from using their services. In addition to those, we have the not-for-profit LBRY Foundation, which acts as a link between LBRY Incorporated and the community. LBRY Inc. made the differentiation between company, protocol, and service a little too difficult with their naming decisions. The advantage of LBRY being a protocol is that it can choose to be absolutely anonymous and that it is incredibly hard for your content to be removed. One way of joining is by downloading the LBRY desktop app, buying some LBC with a credit card, and starting your channel without ever directly communicating with the company behind LBRY. Or you could join through the LBRY TV or Odyssey.com web services, which require you to share a bit more information about yourself, with the benefit that LBRY will contain a wallet for you if you do not understand how cryptocurrency wallets work. So control is still in the hands of the consumer. Apparently, you can't even use a third-party wallet and save backups of your wallet manually if you don't want LBRY to sync the wallet balance for you. No matter how you sign up, you can decide to take advantage of a reward system that helps you gather LBC to jumpstart your channel. You are eligible for rewards once you registered and verified your account with LBRY Inc. Uploading content is a dream, especially with the convenience of using Markdown for your descriptions, the ability to properly style your text and articles, and even the possibility to use GIFs as a profile picture or header on your profile. What makes LBRY special is that the platform even embraces adult content creators with open arms. You might have picked up on the fact that you can join the LBRY network through LBRY TV, a desktop app, or through a site called Odyssey.com. You might think, man, this is weird. But this showcases a big advantage for everyone using the platform. LBRY is a protocol, a technology, which enables other platforms and services to reap its benefits by working on top of a protocol. LBRY TV and Odyssey.com are services created by LBRY Inc., which do not change how the protocol works, but might enforce their own sets of rules. For instance, if work is copyright infringing, tagged as mature, or instigates hate towards a group of people, Odyssey.com will scrub your video from the index, but you might still be able to access a video if you have a link over the LBRY desktop app. Anyone could create a service based on LBRY. How about a LBRY exclusively for articles and blog posts? A LBRY about music hosting, which could compete with SoundCloud or Spotify? LBRY for artistic people posting their best creations. LBRY offers a huge potential for many different services which may or may not enforce rules differently. This is possible because LBRY is completely open source. You can fork LBRY or the LBRY phone app and develop something of your own. Then you need to host your application over a server and it will be accessible to everyone else on the network. What makes this so incredible is that everything is accessible through your LBRY account, even future services which do not exist yet. Let us say your channel has a variety of written content, video content, and even music uploads. With different services based on LBRY, your content might be discoverable across different communities who interact with the network in entirely different ways. Part of the LBRY protocol is based on blockchain technology. I'm not an expert in how a blockchain operates, so I will not pretend that I am. But what I can further explain is the win-win situation LBRY makes possible. If you are a verified member that can take advantage of the reward system, you can earn LBC by watching videos and reaching milestones naturally over time. If you watch a video as a verified member, LBRY Inc. will deposit a tip out of their own wallet per view. Verified viewers are also able to tip any amount of cryptocurrency they possess on LBRY to the content creator of their choosing. Another option is supporting content. A support is a viewer parking some cryptocurrency on your video that they can withdraw on a later date to boost the discoverability of the content temporarily. If you are a verified viewer of my channel on LBRY, every view will grant me about 50 LBC, which with the current value of LBC would roughly equate to 7 cents per view. This does not sound like much, but remember that on YouTube any earnings that are predicted are purely based on speculation. LBRY tells me exactly how much money I will gain from verified views, and each view is worth much more than on YouTube. Odyssey may have a form of advertising that everyone has access to at some point in the near future, so you will potentially have multiple ways to monetize your content. You can even set a price on a LBRY upload. I personally don't see the benefit of doing this for my own video content. If you intend to sell a product like a book, documentary movie, or anything else, you can set a price to your post in order to sell it for LBC. Unlike other blockchain-based social media like Steam, LBRY only enables whales to have a positive influence on a channel. Whales are the super rich, and on Steam a single dislike from a whale could completely mess up your potential earnings. But a like would grant the content creator a bunch of money too. LBRY does not operate in this way. You can invest your LBC into specific uploads, or an entire channel, to increase the likelihood of your content being recommended to more people. Community is important for any content sharing platform, and the LBRY Foundation is incredibly passionate about bringing creators together. The foundation serves as a link between the company and the community, with content curation programs to boost creators, community podcasts which even enable any librarian to join in and talk about their channels or ask questions, and they actively encourage good content over quick cash grabs. This makes me proud to be a member of the Foundation's Discord. After listening to the podcast live on the 5th of February, I decided to chat with one of the Foundation members named Lex Tenebris, and I was happy to see that the Foundation is not made up of mere yes-men. There are some concerns to be had regarding LBRY Incorporated, and Foundation members are not afraid to voice their complaints. Criticism is the only way forward, and hopefully the connection between LBRY and the community will only be strengthened as time goes on. In terms of what you can upload to your channel, there are no boundaries set, especially when you use the desktop application. Videos, articles, sound files, even PDFs and ebooks. I mirrored one of my written articles from chicken.net to my LBRY channel, and it worked phenomenally. There is a lot that LBRY lacks. If you create content of any kind, consider uploading it on LBRY as well. If you upload music or art or write articles, it doesn't really matter. If there is a way you can share it on LBRY, you will be able to grow a bit of a following. The team behind LBRY are also working on implementing features like live streaming and playlists, which would seriously turn up the heat when it comes to competition with various different platforms. Publishing content requires you to invest a little bit of money. Every post would cost a fraction of a penny, and you can even increase the amount of money a post should be backed by. Nothing in the world is truly free. And while YouTube makes you think that the service comes at no cost, you are very clearly the product. On LBRY, it does not work like that. And the founder of LBRY makes it blatantly clear that LBRY is not intended to be an absolutely free of charge platform.
LBRY never made promises that your content would be, available, for all time. LBRY is BitTorrent-like in that regard. So it's a peer-to-peer network. People have to want to be accessing it, or you have to be seeding it yourself, or you have to be paying someone else to seed it. We've been very clear that there aren't free lunches out there, and that you should be skeptical of companies that promise that. You can't have publishing can't both be free and guaranteed to exist in the future.
Another thing would be hosting. While a lot of content is hosted on servers by the company itself, you can partake in making content accessible yourself if you downloaded the desktop app. If you enable the option, your PC will act as a seed for content you enjoy, just like BitTorrent, further expanding the LBRY network. This makes your content and files from other users way more accessible. If you want to know something about the service, your best bet is checking out the frequently asked questions on the LBRY website. You can also find a lot of information through interviews which were held by the incredibly charismatic founder Jeremy Kauffman. Any interview with that guy is highly entertaining to listen to. You can of course also ask me anything about the service you would want to know. Or you could join the LBRY Foundation over on Discord, which is completely community run. One thing I can assure you, I will never willingly abandon YouTube. One thing YouTube is really good in is widespread appeal. Leaving this platform and to completely migrate to LBRY would be incredibly short-sighted. Despite this, I think LBRY harbors a huge potential benefit to creators of any kind. If you like my content and would like to support my work, you can join through an affiliate link in the description, which would grant me a small LBC reward. Any help in this regard would be highly appreciated. With all this being said, I think that LBRY is not really a YouTube competitor out of a simple reason that it is so much more than just that. It is a hive filled with information in the form of books, videos, and music and articles about all sorts of different topics. If you want to create a unique service that is built on top of the LBRY technology, you're able to develop and publish it for others to use. In addition to that, the company that created LBRY has a solid idea on how their website is supposed to make a profit. There are roadblocks on the way, but I can't see how the company can go under with such a dedicated following of creators and loyal viewers. If it does, at least someone else will be able to pick up the protocol and get the ball rolling again.